This video is going to show you how to work with background images or background colors or solid colors or other things with your design in InDesign. So first off, we are presented with white backgrounds. And if we want to work on a solid color or multiple solid colors, we can come over here to the rectangle tool and we can draw out a rectangle. Say we want the same color across this whole spread. Once that rectangle is created, you can come over here and you've got foreground and background. It shows that it has a stroke of black. I could hit this little button here which swaps them, the fill and the stroke. So now I don't have any stroke at all and I've got a black background. That gives me a black background that I can actually start working on. If I wanted to change the color, I can just double click on this swatch and I could come in here and hit OK. And that would change the whole background of that area. From here, I can then start working on this. Now, it does kind of become problematic when you have other elements in the background and you want to start throwing text or other things on it. So if you want to, you could do a couple things. First off, we can go over to our layers. And if you don't see layers over here, go window and go down to layers and that will open up for you. And we can hit this little arrow right next to the name layer 1 and it says, hey, this is my rectangle. And so I can lock that. So if I click that, it's going to lock that layer and I will not be able to move that layer or edit that layer at this point. If I ever need to in the future, you need to make sure that you go back in there and unlock it, but that is how you lock it. Now, we could play with other elements in the background. Say we want a rectangle or a triangle. Let's actually make a square. Let's rotate this square. I'm gonna come grab the corner and let's see if I can get that corner. And I'm gonna hold Shift so it goes exactly 90 degrees, or yeah, I think that's 90 degrees. We can flip that. Now we've got a black box, and I can move that black box around, or this black diamond. Now we can come in here and we can take a look at that. We can move it around. We can then once again change the shape or the color of that. So maybe we want to come in here. These are terrible colors. I'm just going to put that in there. So we've got that shape now right there, and that maybe that's what we want to have in the background. So once again, we can come in here and lock it, and then that is no longer movable. But that's how you kind of work with background, solid background colors in InDesign. You're just using shapes and kind of covering that whole area. Another option you do have if you're not wanting to lock layers is actually come up to pages and go to the master page. So actually, let's come back to layers, unlock those layers. I'm going to copy this real quick. And I'm going to go layer or pages and then to my master page. So I'm going to double click that and I'm just going to paste that right on top of that, right into my master page. So if I'm using master pages, the cool thing about that is that it gets applied to everything the same all the way through, and you cannot move that from here. I've got that separate one. You can't move that from here because it's been put onto the master page. You can come back to the master page and change it all you want, but over here you can't edit it. But that's once again how you get in there. You add solid colors or shapes or whatever else you want to the background, so then you can start putting text or other objects on top of it and make it maybe look a little bit more visually appealing.